Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick video of my November daily handmade journal that I did. This is called a junk journal actually. I love how it turned out. I didn't make it too chunky because I just wanted to be able to do one, maybe two spreads a day. I didn't want for this to turn into something where I felt like I was struggling to do every day, but I really wanted it to just be for me to sit down and journal my thoughts, journal what we did. I really want to take November from a gratitude standpoint. I have suffered so bad in the past with depression and stuff, and I used to hate Christmas, but since I started doing this several years ago, I feel like it's really helped me go into the Christmas season with the right attitude of being grateful for what I have instead of focusing on all the problems that come with Christmas, like, you know, financial aspect and dealing with family and all that good stuff. So anyway, this is the cover. I actually used a book for this. Let me see if I can find it here in my stash. This was a children's book. The name of the book was In November. It was a cute little book. Here it is. I found it at a local thrift store, and it was a quarter, so I come home and read it to my kids, and then I started tearing pages out of it to use in my journal. So the cover of this was the title page that said In November, and then of course it had the author and the illustrated by just like this, and so I just covered that up with some stickers, and it says beautiful days of fall and every day, and then this was a little sticker pack that said give thanks. I will try to post links to the paper packs that I used for this below if I can find them. The paper packs that I used, I did get one of them at Michael's this year, 2019, and I got one at Tuesday morning. So I'm not sure if they're even still available, but I'll link that below. So this is the cover. And this was another page that was in the book. I thought he was so cute, the little mouse peeking out. And then I just did the little corner. So I'm going to try to not spend too much time on this video and just do a flip through for you. That's the inside. This is a little pocket. This was a 12 by 12 piece of paper. My book is exactly 6 inches wide, the signature pages are, so I didn't have to cut any off of the 12 by 12 papers, and so I would just fold them in half and to make my little pockets. So got a little tag in here. This is a list. This was in a paper pack, and it was double-sided, so it had the numbers on this side and had the numbers on this side, and it was actually, I think it was 8-inch paper, so I just cut it down because I want to, whatever I put in here, I just want to put a brief summary of each day so that I can look back on this next year and just kind of recap what happened in 2019. There's a little bag in here, and then these bags were too long, so they come way up here, and so I cut the top of the bags off, like this one here, and it left me with this. And so all I did was I went ahead and took a stapler, stapled the top like so, came in with my scissors, and cut this bottom piece off here. So see, this would have been the bag together. Then I go ahead and cut this one off. And so now I've got a cute little tiny book that I can use for journaling. And then I just took a piece of trim and glued it to the top so you didn't see the staples. And then this little piece that I cut off, I actually reverse fold it and use it as a flip out somewhere within the book, or a hinge for a title block or something. So that's how I made that. Let me stick all these components back in this little pocket. I did a lot of sewing in this one. I love how the sewing gives it that antique appearance. And all the stuff in this book was new, but I distressed it or tea dyed it, coffee dyed it, whatever, to make it look old. So this is just a scrap piece of craft paper that came in some packaging, and I folded it up and cut it into various sizes. This was a place card, ledger paper, tea dyed papers. And this was, I was going to sew it all the way to the edge, but I thought I could journal on both sides of this, or I could even stick stick stuff in here and secure it with a paper clip. I don't know what I'll do yet. I wanted to put some elements in here to make it really like a junk journal, but I didn't want to put so much that it restricted me from being able to put things on the days whenever I was actually journaling. This was a cute little place card that I found at Hobby Lobby, and all of their fall stuff was on sale. So let me take these both off. I put one on each side. And then this is another little gift bag that I can put memorabilia in or photos. Back in there. And again, I love this paper because it was a 12 by 12 piece of paper and the border went all the way around the outside. And all I did was I cut it in half and then glued it at the bottom so that you've got the pattern on both sides in the journal. So this, a doily, journaling card. This was a brown paper bag that you can journal on, or I'll probably stick some cards on it. Like so. Again, I didn't want to do too much to where I can actually decorate it day by day. Paper. Little pocket here, so these come out. I can use both sides, and I can journal under here if I want. Little tiny tag. This is a pocket, and I just glued it on a minute ago, so I don't want to stick it in here, but I made a long tag so that I can journal on the back side of it, and it will go in there once it's dried. But here's another little pocket with a tag that pulls out. And then this stuff here, yeah, there's a tag. Okay, so this little stuff comes out, and I've got little journaling cards. Snapshots of fall. I thought it would be cute if I end up having a lot of photos that I don't use, that I could put this, make it into type of almost like a book, and be able to attach a bunch of photos in there. Another journaling card. Another little bag that I can decorate both sides, stick stuff into. Here's another one of those bags in the pocket. Another little place card. This was a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and I didn't like that white look whenever I'd aged everything else, so I just sewed some craft paper on it. It does have a little pocket back here, but I'm going to have to trim it so you can actually put stuff in it. And then I'll probably come back and stamp the edges. We'll see. And another little pocket, and I didn't put anything in there yet because I figure if there's stuff in October that I just want to keep, I can stick it in there. So it's got a very junky feel, which I love, and I'm sure I'll junk it up more as I go. So it's a pretty fat little book already, but I put the tie on it so that I can compress it. And I'm sure as this book gets chunkier as I add to it in November, this may not want to tie, and I may have put too short of a closure on it, and I'll have to go back and make it longer, but we will see. So each day in the month, I'm going to kind of do a recap. I don't know if I'm going to do a daily video or if I'm just going to do like a weekly recap of my week, but I will show you how I actually use my junk journals to memory keep for the current year. So I treasure these things, being able to look back, especially with my kids growing up. I've got one that's turning 13 this year, and then I've got an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old, and they're growing up so fast. So I want to be able to record the memories and just be grateful for the things that I have. So I'm going to make a couple of these this week and try to have some pre-made in my Etsy store. Once I get those done, I will link the videos below and also do a link for my Etsy shop. Again, at the time of this recording, when I post it, it's not going to be on there, but later on in the week, you can come back to the video and the links will be there. So, bye guys. Thanks for tuning in.